almost halfway through the second half. We've had no fouls in the second half as Bilbo misses the layup. Here comes Brown the other way. We're almost halfway through the second half. We've had no fouls in the second half as Bilbo misses the layup. Here comes Brown the other way. We're almost halfway through the second half. We've had no fouls in the second half as Bilbo misses the layup. Here comes Brown the other way. We're almost halfway through the second half. We've had no fouls in the second half as Bilbo misses the layup. Here comes Brown the other way. We're almost halfway through the second half. We've had no fouls in the second half as Bilbo misses the layup. comes Brown the other way. We're almost halfway through the second half. We've had no fouls in the second half as Bilbo misses the layup. Here comes Brown the other way. We're almost halfway through the second half.
Ambient. Check, check, check. Test 1, 2. We're ready? Okay, I'm going to just go. The Gulf Coast Bulldogs come in on a 4-game winning streak in the tournament semifinals against Mississippi Delta. Delta is 10-12 overall. Delta advanced to this point by beating Jones yesterday. Meanwhile, as we know, Gulf Coast defeated East Mississippi in overtime, 84-82. We're still getting a few things set up here, but the game is underway, and Gulf Coast controls the tip. Chris Bilbo out in front. Chris had a big game yesterday, as did Jamichael Hawkins. Now Darius Forrest taking a 3 to start us off. No good. Rebound Delta and Anthony McDonald, who scored 24 yesterday against Jones. It'll be McDonald, James Evans, Jameel Hill, as that shot bounces around and falls for Delta. They shoot a lot of threes, and they're very physical, and they lead it 3-0. As we said, their starting lineup: Jameel Hall, Anthony McDonald. There goes Forrest driving underneath. Great try. It's knocked away over to Delta. Marquarius Body, Jameel Hall, Anthony McDonald, Keeman Crawford, and Nate Watkins for Delta. Jamichael Hawkins, Stacey Caraway, Giancarlo Santiago, Darius Forrest, and Chris Bilbo on the floor for Gulf Coast. Here on Bulldog Live, that shot by Hall is good. And quickly, Delta's up 6-0. This is what they do. They shoot a lot of threes. They did the same thing to Jones yesterday. In fact, Watkins hit a 3 to beat Jones with 5 seconds left. Now coming the other way is Hall, stripped away by Forrest. Delta keeps the ball. The winner of this game will take on the winner of tonight's game between Northwest and Pearl River. Wow, look at that. Another 3, that one by Anthony McDonald. He's got 2 threes already. Delta has scored on 3 3-pointers, and now a foul called on Hall. He was holding on the inbounds pass, and that'll be the first foul of the game. 18:25 to go. Delta has hit 3 3-pointers. They have that mentality. They feel they've got nothing to lose. They come in at 10-12 on the season. And of course, the Bulldogs, 2-time defending MAC-JC state champs. Now, Santiago inside. The short jumper, no good. Gets his own rebound. Trying to go back to the hole, swatted away, but he's fouled. Giancarlo will go to the line and shoot 2. He's third in the state in rebounds. He scored 11 yesterday against Scuba. The Bulldogs, as you know, come in as the South's number 4 seed. Delta was the number 3 seed from the North. Giancarlo, the sophomore from Puerto Rico, hits the first foul shot. And here to my right, Gulf Coast cheerleaders here, lending support to Wendell Weathers and his team. 1 of 2 for Giancarlo, and Gulf Coast is on the board. Let's see if Delta continues their assault from behind the 3-point line. Now coming inside, shooting, no good. The rebound by Evans, he's fouled, he'll go to the line. Hall put the shot up. Body got the rebound. Let's check that. That's James Evans. Evans is a freshman from Starkville. Delta's riding a hot streak. They're already up 12-1. 3 3-pointers and a 3-point play the old-fashioned way. You got to wonder if Gulf Coast is still winded from that 84-82 overtime win yesterday. And there's a steal. Here come the Trojans back the other way. That's Hall. And now they pull it back out. So Coach Weathers and Patrick Wilcher were worried about. A little fatigue to begin the game as another bucket by McDonald. It's 14-1. And early on, it's clear Delta is the fresher team as far as stamina goes. We'll see if that is a factor throughout the whole game. There goes Bilbo with some penetration. Inside to Forrest, and Darius puts in the first bucket of the game for Gulf Coast. The Bulldogs were down by as many as 11 yesterday to East Mississippi, but came back and won that one. They're going to have to climb the hill here against Delta. What's crazy is at this time of year, a nice move, but Evans can't make it. The rebound by Santiago.
Let me go grab some tape to put that on there.
This time of year, everybody is good as Bilbo puts one up, and there's a foul underneath. You see, we're trying to get the old scoreboard clock situated. We didn't have a lot of time between games to set up here, so we're kind of doing things on the fly, but thanks to the Pearl River staff here. Hey, they even got us a table, so that's nice. And they try the inbound. Santiago has it. Out to Caraway. Over to Forrest. Thought about the three. Now drives in, puts it up, and they call a charge on Darius. That's his first foul. Not so sure about that. So things not going the Bulldogs' way here right off the bat. 14-3, Delta leads it. It's McDonald out front. As I said, he scored 24 yesterday. Now there's a three by Body, no good. Tipped around, good job by Caraway to control it. And Bilbo pushes it back the other way. Let's see if the Bulldogs can get in the flow of the game. How about that move by Bilbo? Chris was huge yesterday, scored 24 and hit those two big foul shots to put Gulf Coast over the top. He drove just like that against East Mississippi, got hammered, but still made the foul shot. So Gulf Coast really did a nice job, and now they've cut it to 9. They're going to chip away here at Delta. Now there's a turnover. Body loses it. Bilbo coming the other way. That shot blocked, and here comes Body the other way. Now to Evans, wide open at the other end, and he hits the layup. You want to understand Delta's a physical team, and they like to shoot the three, and they came in this feeling like they're playing with house money. Now Santiago underneath loses control, a turnover to the Trojans. This time of year, everybody's good. Woo, look at that three. McDonald from NBA range, and Coach Weathers has to call a timeout. So a 19-5 run to start the game for Delta. If you're just joining us, we're here at Shivers Gymnasium on the campus of Pearl River Community College. The winner of this game moves on to play the winner of Northwest and Pearl River tonight. Meanwhile, the women's finals are set. Northeast, the team that beat Gulf Coast over here Monday, defeated Jones earlier today in convincing fashion. They will take on Colin. The Lady Wolves squeaked by Itawamba 61-60 in the game prior to this one. And good news for our Lady Bulldogs. They'll be in the Region 23 tournament next week in Clinton. The Lady Bulldogs of Gulf Coast will play the loser of tomorrow night's championship game. Well, Gulf Coast trying to defend back-to-back MAC JC state titles in the semifinals, but down early as Hawkins with the ball away jumper. Nice job by Jamichael. He was huge yesterday, 31 points, hit that three-pointer with 5 seconds left to send the game to overtime. Almost a steal by Jamichael. Coming in his Body. That one no good. Evans had it, throws it back out right to Santiago, and Gulf Coast takes over. Bilbo doesn't have the numbers, pulls it out. Now a long three by Hawkins, front iron no good. And Evans is a beast underneath. He's 6'7". He's number 23 with the headband on. 19-7, Delta leads early. Now Evans with the jumper, in and out. Hawkins with the rebound. Out to Forrest. Nice move. Taking it to the hole, and he's fouled. And they call a charge on Darius. That one dicey as well, but that's two quick ones on Darius. And with our depth issues, that's not what you want to hear. Forrest scored 13 yesterday. He scored more than 20 in 3 out of his last 4, but now he's on the bench with 2 fouls. And you wonder here how long Delta can keep this momentum up. Now the threes they were hitting earlier starting to go off the back iron, and a foul on the rebound that time by Andre Armstrong, a sophomore from Jackson. Thanks for joining us tonight on Bulldog Live. It's Gulf Coast in the semifinals of the MACJC Men's Championship, a tournament they've won the past 2 years. Bilbo inside short jumper is good. 4 points for Chris, and the lead is 10. You got to wonder if Gulf Coast can survive this early run, if they can get back in this. It's shot inside by Watkins is no good. Watkins is huge, 6'5", 235, and yet he's the one that shot the 3 that beat Jones yesterday. Now Gulf Coast working at the other end. Bilbo sizing up Watkins, then pulls it back out, 15 to shoot. And Chris stepped on the outline, or in line, baseline. Whatever the case, it goes over to Delta. .12:15 left, Delta by 10. And that short jumper in and out by McDonald. Hawkins with the rebound. And that looks to be the key. If the Bulldogs can survive this early onslaught, weather the storm, as they say, be in good shape. Isaac Moore in, as Darius Forrest has a couple of fouls. Now Caraway gets it to Jamichael. That shot no good. And Delta has it in control. They've slowed down their pace a little bit here midway through the first half. And the big man Watkins traveled. You see the Gulf Coast cheerleaders there lining the wall of Shivers Gymnasium. Back in the day, they would have called this gym a cracker box. Now, Pearl River's other gym was destroyed in Hurricane Katrina, and they've been here at Shivers Gym since then. Their new one is under construction. From what I understand, it's fantastic as Isaac Moore dials up a 3 for Gulf Coast off the bench. What I understand, their new gym is going to be state-of-the-art. The South #1 team in the men's side, as a steal by Caraway coming the other way, hosted this year. And that team is Pearl River. And it is a home court advantage. Now Santiago going in and one. Nice move by Gia. He's got 3 and he'll go to the line. And now the Bulldogs are starting to find a little bit of rhythm. And before he shoots his foul shot, a timeout's called with 10:46 left here in the first half. You hear the CeeLo song, Forget You, in the background. Thank goodness they're doing that version. We told you the Lady Bulldogs playing in the Region 23 tournament next week. They'll play the loser of tomorrow night's championship game between Northeast and Colin. up in Clinton on the campus of Mississippi College. Got a lot of other Bulldog sports news to tell you about. Baseball teams doing well. The first poll of the regular season came out. The baseball Bulldogs with a 10-2 record are ranked number 12 in the nation. And they take on Spring Hills Junior Varsity over in Mobile tomorrow night as Santiago misses the foul shot and coming back the other way. 19-14, Bulldogs have now cut it to 5 after being down 19-5. And they've scored 9 straight since that point. Now back in the game is Evans, triple teamed. They try the pass inside. It's stolen, picked up by Moore. And Gulf Coast is in control again. Now it seems like they've got their legs back and they are back in rhythm. Bilbo out front, brings it around. Inside, Santiago, nice move. And another layup for Giancarlo Santiago. He's got 5. And after a 19-5 start by Delta, it's an 11-0 run by Gulf Coast, 19-16, a little more than halfway through the first half here on Bulldog Live. Now that's a move inside and just a flop shot by Jamison Hadley, and that's no good. Santiago, nice pass inside to Caraway, a little drop step hook shot. His first bucket, and it's a 1-point game. That's a 13-0 run by Gulf Coast. These games, there's so many momentum swings. And that jumper by Johnny Rucker, who's in the game, no good. And since Delta hit the 19-point mark, they've been ice cold. Bilbo, a sweet crossover dribble move. Now over to Hawkins, baseline jumper. No good off the back iron. Moore's there for the putback, and the Bulldogs have the lead. It just took a little while, but Gulf Coast has found its rhythm. A 15-0 run right now. And there's Watkins. He hits the jumper to end the drought. And that floater is good by Bilbo. So we're going to go back and forth here. Bulldogs by 1. Chris has 6 points right off the bat. Nice entry pass to Andre Armstrong. Armstrong fouled by Stacy Caraway. His first. Check that, his second. Yeah, I think we're into the flow of the game here, our Bulldog Live crew. As I said earlier, we didn't have a lot of time to set up. They brought us a table here because there wasn't a table up here. But we're good. Rucker hit 1 of 2, and we're tied at 22. 7:35 to go. Shelton Willis in the game now. He played some quality minutes yesterday. Hawkins coming in, thought about shooting, out to Shelton. Penetrates, tries the floater, no good, gets his own rebound. 3 to shoot. Jamichael gets it off before the shot clock expired. Loose ball. picked up by Delta. Depth is going to be a concern for the Bulldogs. There's another three, that one by Andre Armstrong, giving Delta a 3-point edge. They are not afraid to put it up from behind the arc. Now Moore, another three, in and out. Santiago with the rebound, going back strong, no good. Rebound Crawford. And here comes Delta again, 6:23 to go. Trojans by 3. And that one off the backboard by Evans. And work it around to Willis, going inside, and he's fouled. Good job by Shelton. Going to the line.
No fouls in the second half as Bilbo.
Been a quick-moving first half so far. First one's good. Talking about the team's depth. Let's see if this comes into play here. Shelton hits them both. It's a 1-point game. Below us, Gulf Coast Defensive Coordinator Steve Davis here, along with Tammy Weathers, the wife of head coach Wendell Weathers. And the big guy, the patriarch, Coach Bob on the other end. And Miss Tammy, as there's a long three, no good. Picked up by Moore. It's been a pretty quick first half. You never know how it's going to go when there's 4 games each day, but so far today, the games have been close to being on schedule. And Carlo trying to work inside. He does. That one just won't fall. Good shot. And Delta coming back the other way. They got a 3-on-2. Body shoots, and that one goes off the top. That's no good. Crawford stripped. I was thinking they were going to call the automatic out of bounds. It looked like the ball was close to hitting the shot clock up there, but they didn't call it. Whatever the case, the Bulldogs have it. Will's going inside, trying to draw the foul. Doesn't. His jumper no good. Here comes Delta, 3-on-2. And a dunk missed by Crawford. That's 2 straight. Pretty easy buckets he's missed. That's more of what you'd expect from a team that's 10-12 on the year. It was Bilbo down the baseline, and he's fouled. Comes Evans back in for Delta. Yesterday, East Mississippi was just bringing in waves and waves of people. Tremendous depth, but the Bulldogs were able to survive it. Let's see if they can do the same thing today. They came back from a 19-5 deficit early in the game. They're only down by 1 right now. Ooh, look at that pass by Bilbo, but Santiago's dunk attempt blocked by Watkins, and Giancarlo will go to the line. 0 for 2 from the line so far. We'll have 2 more chances. During the season, a 63% free throw shooter. And that one good. We always appreciate his folks down in Puerto Rico watching us online. He hits them both. We mentioned it before, he and Angel Matias, Raymond Cintron, our Puerto Rican connection. Cintron having another good year up at Middle Tennessee State. And they have a chance to make it to the big dance in a couple of weeks. Here, less than 4 to go. Gulf Coast now leading by 1. And back in a matchup zone. Making Delta work for it here. With 7 on the shot clock. Hadley inside the body. That shot off the bottom, and that's going to be a shot clock violation. He hit the bottom of the backboard. So that was a nice defensive stand by the Bulldogs. Comes Willis bringing it up. He looks a lot like Jeremiah Dunnings, doesn't he? Jeremiah having a good year up at William Carey along with Guy Payne. They were big in last year's championship run. Now Willis going to put up a 3, and that's in and out. Evans with the rebound. 3 minutes to go, first half. This week I've seen a lot of scouts from a lot of different colleges. Troy, Southern University, Auburn, Montgomery, just to name a few, as that 3 is good by McDonald. They're not afraid to jack it up from behind the line. We told you that. And now Delta's up by 2. Delta State, Southern Miss. You'd be surprised the crosstalk you can hear in the hospitality room as Isaac Moore drains another 3. He's got 2 of them here in the first half. And the Bulldogs are back up by 1. As you're watching the stream, you'll see we're going to have all our usual 3 cameras set up, as that 3 by Body's no good. Here comes Willis on a 3-on-2 and threads the needle. It's no good, but there's a foul underneath. I think that was on Watkins, if I'm not mistaken. And Shelton will go to the line and shoot 2. That was Nathaniel Watkins, his second foul. And Willis is 3 for 3 from the charity stripe. Talked about the Gulf Coast baseball team at 10-2. The softball team yesterday swept the 10th-ranked Muskegon, Michigan Jayhawks. Muskegon, preseason number 10 in the country, as Willis hits them both. And the Bulldogs have a 3-point lead. So the Lady Bulldogs in softball doing well at 6-3 on the year. They'll have a couple of days off before they get back on the diamond next week. And there's a long one, no good by McDonald. He had pressure in his face. The Bulldogs up by 3 with 1:26 to go in the first half. The winner goes to the finals. If it's the Bulldogs, it'll be their 3rd straight trip to the finals as Santiago misses the jumper. Hadley coming the other way. As Willis is called for his first foul. Coach Weathers is wondering where he was supposed to be on that. 1:10 to go. James Evans, 6'7", 220 at the line. And as we've seen, you get a guy that long and lean that can shoot, he could do some damage. We appreciate you watching here on Bulldog Live. It was kind of a spur-of-the-moment thing. We decided our Bulldog fans need to see this run. It could be historic for Gulf Coast as Evans hits them both. 31-30, approaching the 1-minute mark of the first half as Hawkins comes inside to Santiago, and he walked as he tried to get Evans to bite on the fake. So after a 19-5 start by Delta and a 15-0 run by Gulf Coast, we're just about dead even as we near the end of the first half. 42 on the game clock, 15 on the shot clock. McDonald thought about the three, takes it inside, loses it, gets it back. And taking it inside and hitting is Jamison Hadley. And now Gulf Coast will hold it for the last shot of the first half. Bilbo right on the Pearl River symbol at center court. Takes it in, loses control, pulls up, off the glass, no good. Santiago cannot get it back up before time expires. And Gulf Coast will go to the locker room down by one, 32-31 to Mississippi Delta. And that's where we are at halftime. We'll take a little break, and we'll crank it back up here in a few minutes here on Bulldog Live. Delta leading by one, 32-31. We'll resume action here in just a few moments. Thanks for getting the table.
Hey, you see where Toby was sitting in that security guard? That's where we should be.
I know.
And we could run the camera, the cable to that middle camera right up on that lift.
That's what I was thinking.
Dr. Graham here? I see Wayne. Is Dr. Graham here? You know, I mean, there's not really. I don't know if we can help it.
Yeah. I'm wondering if we win, what we can do here. No, I'm good with I'm good. You know, it just I don't care who it is. And I'm sure we've done it for people at our place too. You know, that's not professional. At 5. If the girls' game is at 5, mine is 5. Then our game is at 7.
Okay, so if you see the one, Ed saying something about getting that set up in there.
I'm fine here.
I am too.
We don't have to be open. And after a quick break, we're just about ready for the second half with Delta leading 32-31 over Gulf Coast. The leading scorers for the Bulldogs was Isaac Moore, who had 8 points. Darius Forrest had 4, but he got in foul trouble quickly, picked up 2 quick fouls. Giancarlo Santiago has 7. Jamichael Hawkins has 1 bucket here in the first half, so Gulf Coast hoping he'll get heated up here in the second half. If you're just joining us, Gulf Coast was down 19-5 to begin the game. Delta hit 4 threes and just came out of the gate smoking. Then the Bulldogs responded on a 15-0 run to basically tie the game and take the lead, and since then we've gone back and forth with Delta leading by 1. The winner of this takes on the winner of the next game between Northwest and Pearl River. The men's championship tomorrow night at 7, the women's championship tomorrow at 5. The women's championship game features Northeast and Colin. Let's see what the Bulldogs can do here. After that rough start, they've come back strong. And it's a 1-point game. Here on Bulldog Live, as you see head coach Wendell Weathers getting the troops ready. And they have got to be tired. As we only go 7 or 8 deep. And when you had an overtime game yesterday, you got to come back and play today, and if they can pull this out, play tomorrow, that's going to be a lot of work in a short period of time. So we'll see what happens. Bulldogs coming in 17-7. They've won 4 in a row. As we said, Delta's come in at 10-12 after beating Jones yesterday. To advance. Delta on the inbound possession. Wide open is Crawford, and he hits the jumper right out of the gate. Now a little inbound pressure by Delta. They get it in, though. And now they back off. Out front is Forrest. Over to Hawkins. Jamichael. That jumper rattles around and falls. The second bucket for Jamichael Hawkins. And we're back to a 1-point game. Jamichael has scored 20 in 6 out of his last 7. He has 10 straight games where he scored in double figures. And they go inside. Evans over Caraway. That one no good. Rebound by Forrest. And it'll go out of bounds over to Gulf Coast. See, I told you about the baseball team, softball team. Golf team is back in action this weekend up at Hines Community College at the Eagle Ridge course. That will be the second MACJC event of the 2013 season. The tennis team is in a run of playing several matches in close proximity as Forrest throws up an air ball, but it's rebounded by Santiago, but he stepped on the baseline. That's twice that's happened here in the game. As Coach Weathers says, at this point it's all mental. Tennis team played Colin over the weekend as a long 3 splash down for body. And it's a 4-point Delta lead. Tennis plays tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday. And it should get you caught up on all the Gulf Coast athletics that are in progress right now. Here comes Bilbo inside. Forrest goes up for the dunk, but he is fouled by Evans. Here on Bulldog Live, 17:53 left, second half. Forrest hits the first one. He's got 5 on the game. That one a little long. Stacey Caraway had the rebound, lost it, and it goes over to Evans. 3-point lead for Delta. They work it around, trying to find the open 3. And they kick it out to Crawford. Baseline jumper no good. Good position by Hall. He can't hit. It's Crawford again, and the third time's the charm for the Trojans. Delta by 5 now. When you get into tournament basketball, you never know what's going to happen. Hawkins over to Santiago. Going to work inside. Little baby hook, no good. Forrest tried to put back, no good. Gets his own rebound. That jumper's no good. Santiago with the rebound, and he's fouled by Hall. Jameel Hall is a 6'2" sophomore from Chula, Mississippi. Giancarlo goes to the line. He's got 7. And that one off the back iron. To say we're in cramped quarters is an understatement. But we are broadcasting, so it's all good. Santiago makes the second one. He's got 8. 39-35, Delta leading. 4 minutes into the second half. And there's a long three by Body, no good. Rebound to Evans, over to Crawford. Can't hit, and a foul underneath. And they'll call it on Santiago. That's his first. And that will send Keeman Crawford to the line. He's a sophomore from Indianola. And most of the Delta team is local. And what I mean by that is they're players from pretty close by. Indianola, Chula, Greenville, Aberdeen, Memphis. They lead it by 5. Now they're putting some pressure on the inbound. That's something Gulf Coast has struggled with, but they did a good job with it yesterday. And they're successful on this attempt. Bilbo out front. Coming off the screen is Hawkins. So Michael goes inside. Giancarlo fouled. He'll go back to the line. Well, he does a nice job getting position inside. He made one out of 2 on his last trip. First one's good. It's Gulf Coast and Mississippi Delta here on Bulldog Live. Second one, no good. 1 of 2 again, and the lead for Delta is 4. Nice move inside by McDonald and the putback by Evans. And yesterday and today, Delta certainly not playing like a team with a 10-12 record. They lead it by 6. Now off the screen, Hawkins. Back iron, no good. It's kicked out, kicked around. Caraway pulls it in. Bilbo going to the hole. It's swatted away, but a foul is called. So Chris will go to the line. He was big at this same spot yesterday. With the game on the line, he had 2 big free throws to put the Bulldogs on top for good. But Dean of Athletics, Ladd Taylor, going to get us some waters. Ladd's more than just a pretty face. Chris hits the first one. Ladd got us the table up here, too. Second one on the way and good. 8 points for Chris. And a 4-point lead for Mississippi Delta. As we said, the winner takes on the winner of the game coming up after this between Pearl River and Northwest. And there's another 3 by Anthony McDonald. They like to shoot it from long range. You get a team like this that's hitting from behind the arc, it makes it difficult. They go inside to Santiago, working on Evans. That one no good. Here comes Delta the other way. They try the alley-oop, and they hit it. How about that? Perfectly executed to James Evans, and a suddenly, with a 3 and that dunk, now it's a 9-point lead for Delta. He hit 5 points just like that. Bilbo going inside, and he's fouled. I believe that's Evans again. The 15th foul for Delta. And that's the third foul on Nathaniel Watkins, excuse me. I thought that was on Evans. And we'll send Bilbo back to the line. He's 3 of 3 so far in the second half. Isaac Moore is going to come in and give Stacey Caraway a break. Chris hits that one, and he's got 10. Delta by 7. A long one by McDonald. Swish. Wow. This is what they did to Jones yesterday, and now they're doing it to Gulf Coast. They lead it by 10. Moore with the jumper. That's good. Isaac has come up big tonight. He's got 10 points. Stop the bleeding. He's been strong off the bench during this 4-game win streak. It's Evans working on Santiago. Looked like he traveled, no call, but they give him the bucket and a foul on Santiago. I think he traveled. That's Giancarlo's second. And Evans has a shot at a three-point play. This is really about the same point yesterday when Gulf Coast was down by 11, and then they came back to tie it up. Let's see what they do here with a berth in the championship game on the line. Isaac thought about the three, instead hits the fadeaway jumper. How about Isaac Moore representing B-Town? He's got 12. When the team's playing well, there's a different hero every night. Maybe it's Isaac Moore tonight. Who knows? 8-point lead for Delta. McDonald going inside. That was a nice move between two people. He was big, as we said yesterday, against Jones. Now Hawkins wide open for three. Back iron. Santiago with the putback. Giancarlo has 11 and a timeout's called. 12:35 left in regulation. It's an 8-point lead for Delta. Let's see, Tyler Bolden, WLOX sportscaster, shooting some video. He'll have highlights of this game and the Pearl River game tonight. WLOX News at 10. I'll plug my former employers. I don't know if his video will be as rocking as mine, but we'll see. I'm just kidding, of course. He does a great job. He and AJ. See, that lineage was me, then Shep, then Dave Schrader, and now Tyler. If you're going to do a Gulf Coast Weekend Sportscaster family tree, I don't know why you'd want to do that, but if you did, that's what it would be. And of course, AJ would be at the top. Considering AJ was there when I was in 7th grade. 12:28 to go. And going inside, and Evans scores again. That 6-7 frame is coming up huge. Leads back to 10. Bilbo draws another foul, and he'll go to the line again. Chris is 5 out of 5 from the free throw line. He's got 11 for the game. That one a little long. Rucker with the rebound. 9-point lead for Delta, 12 minutes left. There's Evans. Out to Rucker. Inside, he's fouled by Santiago, and they're going straight at Giancarlo, and that's trouble. That's his third foul. And here's where the depth issues for the Bulldogs come into play. And as I suspected, here comes Stacey Caraway in to give Santiago a break. Johnny Rucker, a freshman from Yazoo City, at the line. Delta by 10, just inside 12 minutes to go, 11:58 to be exact. Here in Poplarville, Rucker hits them both. Still plenty of time. Gulf Coast already went on a 15-0 run in the first half. And another one like that would be nice. Hawkins out front. Over to Caraway, the short jumper on the baseline is good. 4 points for Stacey. Hawkins has been held to 4 points so far. He's averaging 17 a game. So the Bulldogs would like to get him heated up again. McDonald, that layup no good. Darius Forrest fighting for the rebound. And the Bulldogs coming back with a 3-on-2. Bilbo shoots, he's fouled again. So he'll go back to the line. And that's a second foul by Marcus Springer, who's in the game. He's a freshman from Memphis. I was told Delta is a very physical team, and that scouting report was accurate. How about Bilbo living at the free throw line tonight? 7 of 8 from there, and it's a 7-point game. McDonald out front, guarded by Bilbo. Loose ball. Swatted around. Picked up by Chris. Here come the Bulldogs the other way. That time they call a charge. And it was. That's his first. Went to the well once too often, did Chris. But it's been working so far, so you understand why he was aggressive there. 10:43 to go. Delta leads at 58-51. They upset Jones yesterday. They're trying to do the same thing to Gulf Coast, even though they're a higher seed. They're the 3 seed in the North. On paper, it would be an upset. Delta has a losing record. McDonald kicking it out. That 3 no good by Hadley. The rebound by Rucker and a fresh shot clock for the Trojans. Forrest knocks it away. Delta will get it back. There's Evans inside, working on Caraway, and they called a foul. Looked to me like Evans walked. That's the third foul on Darius Forrest. He's got 3, so does Santiago, and Santiago's on the bench. McDonald's 3, no good. And just like that, Forrest picks up his 4th foul over the back. Gulf Coast has not been in foul trouble on this 4-game winning streak, but they are tonight. Darius with 4 on the bench. So Santiago comes back in. He's got 3. Evans no good. Caraway the rebound. It looked like he walked that time. Looks like they're getting away with some steps here. Hawkins out front, taking it in. Out to Moore. Isaac, fadeaway jumper, no good. Evans with the rebound. And they're going to call Moore for the push as he tried to steal that pass. Each team has 17 fouls. What makes that tough is 4 of those are on Darius Forrest, 3 of those on Santiago. Shelton Willis comes in to give Isaac Moore a break. Isaac's played a solid game tonight. He's got 12. And Rucker at the line. And unfortunately for Gulf Coast, this is where that law of averages comes in. They're trying to live on borrowed time with a lack of depth. Fatigue and foul trouble and all that comes into play. Still got a lot of time to go, as Bilbo is fouled again, this time by Hadley, and he'll shoot 1 and 1. As we said, Chris is 7 out of 8 from the foul line tonight. Make it 8 out of 9. And another one. $15 for Chris Bilbo. 9 of those from the foul line. There goes Rucker inside, and they're going to call a block on Stacy Caraway. That's his second. 9 minutes left. Check that. That's his third. So Caraway with 3, Santiago with 3, and Forrest with 4. Rucker finally misses one. 60-53, Delta by 7. If you're wondering, well, how can these guys do this? They did the same exact thing to Jones yesterday. You get in these tournaments, anything can happen. Bilbo going in, and the short jumper falls. Chris has been huge these last 2 games. He's got 17. The lead is 6. If Gulf Coast can get a defensive stop here. $15 on the shot clock. Now 5 on the shot clock. That long 3 is no good by Hadley. Evans with the putback. Now here comes Willis. After some issues getting the ball in, they go to Santiago. That one no good. Gets his own rebound, back up and in. Tough basket by Giancarlo. Wouldn't be denied that time, and a timeout called. With Delta up 63-57. 13 points for Giancarlo Santiago. You may see JC Commissioner Jim Southward here watching the semifinal action. Let's see what the Bulldogs have left. The lead is 6. 7:51 left. Those of you following us on Twitter, I am tweeting the score as we speak. That is instant technology at its best. Delta inbounds. Evans working on Caraway. Good defense there. Delta has to pull it back out. And they're going to waste some time here, leading by 6. Working the clock a little bit. This really doesn't seem to be their strength. Rucker for 3, in and out. Santiago with the rebound. And now Gulf Coast a chance to cut into the lead a little bit further as we approach the 7-minute mark. Willis out front, spin move, short jumper, back iron, no good. How about Evans? Just went up there and got that one. That guy's a good rebounder. Rucker out front, 15 to shoot, 6:40 on the clock. McDonald. Now a loose ball picked up. Coming the other way is Hawkins. Out to Willis. Spots up for 3. No good. Rebound Crawford. Just a little short on that one. Delta trying to pull off another upset and head to the championship game. There's McDonald kicking it out. Rucker, he walked, but the shot's no good. Caraway with the rebound and a foul. Called, I believe that's McDonald. It was. He got a little too aggressive there. That's his first foul. Now Forrest back in. So is Isaac Moore. Santiago and Willis will take a break with exactly 6 minutes left. And Caraway now to the line, shooting the 1-and-1. Too much. Could tell as soon as he shot it, but it still fell. I think it had back iron written all over it, but he got it to fall. See what the freshman from Raleigh can do here. Same thing, this time bounced around and McDonald picks it up for Delta. 63-58, the lead is 5. 5:52 left. Getting to be crunch time here in the semifinals. Now that 3 by Body is no good. Moore with the rebound for Gulf Coast, and here comes Bilbo. Trying to get Hawkins open outside. Instead, Bilbo with the jumper. Kicked around, no good. Coming the other way is Jameel Hall, who's back in for Delta. There's McDonald inside. Pass picked off. Out front is Bilbo, a 2-on-1. Over to Darius Forrest, who misses the dunk. You can't do that in this situation. Now McDonald for three at the other end, no good. Rebound out of bounds to Delta. Wow, a huge opportunity missed by Forrest on the breakaway. Now less than 5 to go. Wide open, his body underneath and hits the layup. Huge defensive lapse that time by Gulf Coast. Seven-point lead for Delta. Bilbo going inside and he walked. He couldn't decide what he wanted to do that time. You look at Stacey Caraway. He's winded. I'm sure all the Bulldogs are. They've spent a lot of time on the floor these last 2 days. Delta's going to go to a four corners type offense and work some clock. And now inside, a turnover. McDonald throws it away. Santiago now back in, giving Darius Forrest a break. When Forrest, Bilbo, and Hawkins are all scoring, this team is tough to beat. But so far, Darius. Wow, Bilbo. A big turnover there on the baseline. Like Coach Weathers said, it's mental right now. Forrest with 5 points, Hawkins with 4. And once again, Delta's going to go spread it out and run some clock. If anything, this will give us a little bit of a break, a breather. 20 on the shot clock. Evans trying to get in position inside on Caraway. Now 10 to shoot, they'll work the offense. McDonald, a long three, no good. Rebound Hawkins. .330 left, Moore gets it to Bilbo. Taking it inside and going in, and one for Bilbo. He gets the foul and the fall, and he'll go to the line. That's the third foul on James Evans. $19 points for Chris Bilbo. Most of those tonight coming from the foul line. We'll have another chance here to cut the lead to 4. Can't buy it. So it's a 5-point game, 3:18 left. Now Evans double-teamed. Hall thought about it, goes inside and hits the floating jumper. Big basket there for Delta. They're up by 7. Now Hawkins, long three, back iron, no good. Kind of rushed that one. Bilbo gets the rebound, puts up the floater. It won't fall. Evans with the rebound. Now the trailer is Crawford, and he lays it in, and it's a 9-point game. That might be too much for the Bulldogs to handle. Moore tries to go through the double team, and they call the foul. .233 left. They called that one on Hall. That's his 4th, according to the scoreboard. Isaac Moore goes in. I believe Gulf Coast is now in the double bonus. Isaac hits the first one, and Gulf Coast calls timeout. They're down by 8 with 2:33 to go. They're going to have to finish strong if they want to make it back to the championship game. The two-time defending MAC JC state champs in a bit of a conundrum here with 2:33 left. As we said, the winner of this one takes on Northwest or Pearl River tomorrow. You know, I saw the referees in the hospitality room before the game. I was like, hey guys, keep it fair, keep it fair. They wouldn't accept my money though. Just kidding, of course. I don't even think bribery would help these days, you know? Let's see what Coach Weathers and Patrick Wilter will draw up here. With 2:33 left, Isaac Moore will have another attempt at the foul line to try to cut it to 7. And one other thing that hasn't worked today for Gulf Coast, haven't hit many three-pointers. Second one front iron, no good by Moore. Isaac's got 13. Gulf Coast down by 8. Skip pass. And now they're just going to play keep away and run some more time off. Ten to shoot. McDonald inside, back outside. Body has it and hits the jumper. And now a steal at the other end by Hall. And with 1:51 left, it's a 10-point game. Wow. You know, this is the tough part. If the Bulldogs lose, you're thinking, well, they can go make amends next week at the Region 23 tournament. There's no guarantee Gulf Coast is going to get in, as Body puts the nail in the coffin with that jumper. 12-point lead, 1:23 left. There's no guarantee Gulf Coast plays next week. That is what I've been told. Moore for 3. Woof! Hits it again. And a quick timeout as that cuts it to 9. There's still some hope, not much, but there's still some hope. 73-64. You got to wonder about the psyche of Delta. Do they think they haven't won? Are they going to coast? Or will they keep the pedal to the metal here? On the floor for the Bulldogs, Santiago, Hawkins, Moore, Bilbo, and Forrest. 1:10 left. Forrest has 4 fouls. Caraway and Santiago have 3. Now the Bulldogs will pressure the inbounds pass. McDonald. And if that's on Santiago, that's his 4th. Crawford will go to the line and shoot. Keemon Crawford, a 6'6", 200-pound sophomore from Indianola. Well, he got a chance. Remember, folks, as he misses, Forrest with the rebound, so there's still some hope. But the Bulldogs are going to have to hurry. Bilbo inside and tried to get too fancy on the layup. Less than a minute to go now. And they're going to have to foul here pretty soon. They're letting precious time run off. They need to commit a foul. Bilbo finally does, but about 20 seconds ran off the clock. Chris with his second foul. Now, while we've got a break, remember to catch the spring edition of Bulldog Blitz at mgccbulldogs.com on our YouTube page as well. That's MGCCC Video. As McDonald hits the first foul shot. We'll be doing that every Friday here this week. Or this spring, excuse me. 11-point lead, 39 seconds left. We've got to score in a hurry. And they're taking way too long. 29 on the shot clock. There's Moore for three. No good, and that should just about do it. So the Bulldogs are going to fall to 17-8. Their four-game winning streak snapped. Delta, an 11-12 team, will head to the finals tomorrow night. And that's going to do it. Mississippi Delta wins it 75-64 over Gulf Coast. So the three-peat attempt for the Bulldogs